Welcome to the Riff Doers workshop. I'm joined by Milo, and I'm Ellie. I work with the community and growth and product at Riff. Milo, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do at Riff and how you support our customers?
Yeah, absolutely. I have a bit of a joker role as someone who works in growth, because you kind of span across all the go-to-market teams, from marketing to sales to partnerships to product, because across all of those you can do growth initiatives and experiments. And what I specialize in myself, like what I love to do is networking and tell stories. And I use that to create inbound for Riff. And then I like to do stunts. I like to do cool experiments. Yeah, that's about it.
And you've got quite a following on LinkedIn, so you get a lot of fun things going up on there for people to engage with.
Yeah, it's so cool to have a community where people are like-minded, right? So, and there it's just about sharing value, right? Do stuff people find cool, and then yeah.
Nice. So what's your latest stunt that you've done?
Oh, I mean, we just 2 days ago, I built an app here that I'll show on the live stream. And this will be the first time that we are templatizing a finished app. So my post was about how this tool is going to help teams add a lot of impressions over the span of a year, because this tool will automatically take team employees' LinkedIn post and put it in Slack, so that the other team members can engage with it right away.
Yeah.
And I had a bunch of people interested who wanted a copy of the tool, and then I talked to Oyvind, and he was like, "Okay, let's turn it into an early version of the templates." Mm-hmm. So just an hour before the live stream, I took the link that Oyvind has generated, which is basically a copy of my app, and then instructions on how to integrate their own Slack and their own LinkedIn. And yeah, now I'm working with the people to get it tested, and they're reporting back to me how it's going. So that's the latest experiment. Yeah.
Nice. I love how we can experiment with things and then package them up for our users. Really great use case, Milo. And so before we properly start, so tell us one thing about you that not many people would know. Doesn't have to be a deep dark secret.
Well, when I was 16, I accidentally started my first side business or business, because I was at a boarding school, and at the time I was cutting my own hair every month with my dad's trimmer. And there were 90 boys at the school who also needed a haircut every month, because there were no hairdresser in the city that we were in. So I would accidentally become like the hairdresser of the school, and I left with way more money than I had saved up for the whole year. So that was pretty cool.
That's awesome. I once did a cut on my brother's hair, and I don't think people would have paid me for that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, let's get down to business then. So, the first thing we're going to look at is, because we're building this application with LinkedIn and the Slack integration, is one of the coolest features in Riff, which is the one-click integrations. So you can see here in the GIF that you are literally liaising with the agent. You're asking the agent to connect Slack. You get a nice modal come up, and it's one click. You also be able to see permissions and manage those. And of course, we'll see that more in the demo when we start building. So this is an example of one of the apps that you've built, Milo, was being able to connect to Slack, and then, like you said, be able to collate all the LinkedIn posts and things like that. But one that I've used this integration for is for our Discord. So when people message on Discord, it's able to kind of classify it and then send that to chat. So we can manage Discord a lot better and have be a bit more informed about things that are going on.
Yeah, and I think that's so cool because we have a problem in our team that we are not very good at checking our Discord. So a lot of the time, some of these support requests go through Discord and not our support chat. So when we are not there to catch it, then they go unnoticed, right? So, but now you build a tool that finds these messages, categorizes it as something important, and then sends it to Slack, right? And I check it every day, and I jump in to answer those people. So it's super, super cool.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think that's more efficient as well, isn't it? Rather than scouring
totally
through. And also with that data collected into an app, we can then start to run analysis on that and ask questions of the data. So yeah, just love that. That's brilliant. Okay, so yeah, we're going to be integrating Slack using the one-click native integration. And another feature of Riff, of course, is the custom integrations. So this is where any product that has an API, we can connect to Riff. And not just through a technical way, but through conversation. And I think that's really key, is like if we go back a few steps and understand what APIs are, if a product has an API, it means that we can connect securely to that product, and any of our data that's collected in that product or any actions and things that take place, we can either pull the data or we can trigger actions to take place on our behalf. So it's being able to build that bridge between really cool tools that you use internally and be able to get an API to enable us to connect and build off of that as well. And the one we're showcasing today, of course, is Unipile. And I love it when we find an API that does something cool, because as a team, we all start to sort of build off of it, and we share inspiration and ideas of how we would use that. So yeah, lots of building has gone on the past week. So we really want to show everybody, the community, what you can do. Milo, this is, you can take it away from here if you like, and we can start our build.
All right. Yeah. I will share my screen.
Okay.
Whoops. All right. So I'll first of all just go through the tool. It's called LinkedIn Polls. And basically what we have is a dashboard where we have our accounts. All of these accounts are in our Unipile dashboard and are connected through our Unipile integration. So these are actually automatically put in here through the integration, and then we have the ability to connect additional LinkedIn accounts through my tool. And then it's able to go through and fetch the latest posts, and then go and put them in our Slack channel here. So it's going to look like this. New post by Andre, go engage. Today, we will try something new. I haven't researched if it's possible, but I think that's part of the build journey, is to figure out if we can take company DMs that we receive on the Riff LinkedIn account and send them to our Slack. Just to make sure that no DMs go unnoticed. And that's an issue we have right now, is like some DMs get opened by the wrong person, and that person might forget to put the message back on unread, and then the message doesn't get seen by the right person. So
I like that. Okay.
As we build our initial tool, when you build your first prompt, basically, you want to try to keep it short and concise, and try to describe it in the shortest possible form, right? You ideally want to avoid a lot of text. You want to avoid describing all the features. You want to avoid describing everything that it should be able to do. You just want to be able to describe the tool in its most simple form. So I'll say, build me a tool that connects to our, let's say, connects to Unipile. Wait, let's actually, let me think about it. A tool to send company DMs on LinkedIn to Slack. Okay, we'll start here. So forward company DMs on LinkedIn to Slack. Then I'll make one clarification just to make sure there's no doubt how we're gonna achieve this. We will be using Unipile for the LinkedIn integration. This is probably as short as it gets, where there's also there's absolutely no doubt what are we building. And when you build a tool, you don't, it doesn't matter what it looks like, doesn't matter, as long as it works by the end of the 15, 20, 25, 30 minutes. So we'll hit send.
I find that you can get, can't you? Oh, sorry, Milo.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I think based on our experience and what we've seen with people in the communities, and they feel the same too, is the stumbling block is sometimes, like you say, how it looks, how it feels. Whereas at this point, we want outcomes. We want to get this job done. And Riff actually does a good job of making things look nice anyway, nice and pretty. But it's about outcomes here.
Yeah, exactly. And then, so the way I like to do it, I also like when my apps look good, but it is always the secondary goal or the secondary thing. Like first I make it work, then I make it look good. And then once it works and it looks good, then I can tweak with features and stuff. So we get a build card here, which is basically a plan. So LinkedIn DM Slack forwarder automatically forwards LinkedIn direct messages to a designated Slack channel using Unipile. That is good. There's no specific mention of company DMs, so we will hit edit plan. Let's see here, what LinkedIn company DMs, forward new messages to Slack with sender details, filter messages by keywords or sender criteria. We don't need that. Display message history and forwarding status. Yeah, configure Slack channel and forwarding rules. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, and we will use Unipile and we'll use Slack. That is basically it. So you always want to go through your task list or your plan before you hit build. And you always either want to clarify or remove stuff or add stuff. For now, we'll just hit build. And then, this is probably going to deliver something very, very simple. And we'll start with that.
Yeah, sorry, Milo. I was going to say at that stage where you're building the plan as well, one good thing and feature there is you can search the internet. So the agent has access to the internet. So let's say that you want to build something from Unipile, but you wasn't sure if the API could possibly do it. Then you can ask the agent, and the agent can search the documentation and just check that something's viable before you then commit to the plan. That's one way you can use that.
Yeah, that is especially when you're dealing with a lesser known integration. When you're talking about an integration like Slack, the LLMs know everything about it. If it's Google, they know everything about it. They can guide you through all the pages, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But when it's Unipile, it's a less known. Then you can simply say something as simple as, please research before integrating. Yeah. All right. So what we have now, that is a lot of tasks. Let's see, maybe it has duplicated. Okay, I will actually take a screenshot of this and I'll just forward it to the developers. It might be a
It's
mistake.
subtasks, Milo. So what you can see is they've broken it down to phases.
Yeah.
It's quite a clever way of doing it, I think. It looks like it will start to, and then each one. I'm sure it'll go quite quickly. Worth a try.
Now that you say it, I remember that developers told us that they have created subtasks. Yeah, it makes sense now.
Yeah.
Okay, then probably we just need to work on the visuals like task 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, etc. But yeah. All right, so the first thing we have here is just a simple UI of what it could look like. And this tool will basically show the latest DMs, and it'll have the ability to pick the channel and show us which integrations are active. And then we can enable and disable. Obviously, this is not functional. But once we start working on the task, that's when we will actually make it functional. So I'll say yes. Let's start with task 2. And let's see here. I think task 3 is going to include the internet search on how to do the integration. So I'll just say this for now, and then we'll kind of see how it goes. While it's working on this, whoops. Looks like we ran into a issue. Okay, so in a bit, the agent should be asking me for the the Unipile keys. And specifically for Unipile, they have 2, which is called DSN and API key. And the way that our agent handles this is through this pop-up. So I'll put it in here, the DSN. Wait, I'm gonna make sure I have the right one. One moment. Oh, that's the wrong one.
While you search for that, Milo, I'd just say at this point, if people feel uncomfortable with the term, because this platform, of course, is really built for people who are less technical. It enables people to be able to build these tools. If there's something that comes up like this and you're not too sure what it means, one thing that I find really helpful is asking the agent. You can ask it, where can I find this information? What does this mean? So it gives you a chance to learn at the same time, to understand what it is that it's asking for. But also reach out on the support channel and the support as well. ask us or go to the community on Discord.
I have an issue where the copy paste on my phone is not copying over to my MacBook, which is annoying.
Okie dokes.
Just a second. All right. I guess I will. Is it? Yeah, that's this one at least. Okay. I'll write this one. All right, there we go. So in Riff, you always want to manage your API keys through this pop-up, not in the chat. And once done, you can always find them inside the tabs up here and then select secrets. Then it will be inside of this one or one of these. And of course, we also have our native integrations, which we'll try with Slack, which is just a one-click integration where you don't even have to manage any keys.
Do you remember when we tried to Slack up before in previous apps without the integration? It was...
Yeah, I think I never did that because it's so complicated. So
it's one of those things that put you off from building, isn't it? Like if something feels too technical or a bit complicated, yeah, it can be quite a barrier. And I think that's what's good about the team, the product team, is they find those moments for people and they just simplify it. Like when we had the database, the integrated database, for example, that was a huge pain point for people, being like having to manage that and understand it. And the launch was just, here's a database for you. You know, we've got authentication here. It just happens. And I think that's wonderful. So yeah, this is definitely one of those examples.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've done a lot of the manual Google integrations. And the Google apps are like the manual integrations for Google is horrible. But now with the one-click integration for Google, it's literally just one click. You select it and then, or Gmail or Google Sheets or Calendar, you literally just connect and log in and then select your permissions. It's that simple. All right, so let's run through what the agent has done. It's been doing some setup, and we did have a few update failed. That is normal. The agent will simply go ahead and see what went wrong and then retry. Let's see here. Character encoding error in the backend logs. Yes, go ahead. No need to ask. All right. So sometimes the agent will stop and ask you for permission to continue. That can be good if you don't want it to go down a rabbit hole. But it can also be like sometimes you just want it to figure it out on its own. Like I trust Riff a lot to figure things out. So my personal approach to this is just to let it go through all the tasks by itself. So here we can actually see that our UI has already been updated. Obviously, it says fail to fetch, but that is what the agent is working on actually fixing at the moment. What I'm interested in is like, is it fetching? I mean, now that I think about it, our our Unipile is set up with personal accounts. I could try and connect see if they have, no, okay, no. Yeah, then it's probably going to be a DM app, and I could choose my own account, and then I could send it to myself in Slack, for example.
Yeah, because it's already
Let's see
connected.
here.
Sounds good.
Okay, what do we have? Okay, looks like I have the wrong API key. It might have been an error in the copy paste. Yeah, okay, yeah, obviously I put in a Riverside link. Great. The problem is, obviously I don't want to expose our API key, so I will stop sharing for just a second and go grab it, because for some reason the copy paste from my phone is not working.
Yeah, while you do that, one thing I was thinking of when we were looking at the chat then is how good the agent is at self-healing. Like really good. And I think that's been such a massive change in the product. Especially like from people with other tools, they may rely heavily, and we did too before these product changes, was on being able to prompt correctly. Like if I look at a lot of the tips and tricks that we shared on Discord, it was a lot of, this is how you can get yourself out of this problem by talking to it in this way. There's still a bit of that if things go wrong, but I think the majority of things is very much is thinking about your use case, really, isn't it? What is it that you want to do? How do you want it to function, rather than how do I get this thing to work? And yeah, I just find the experience is a lot different now. Like your prompts are like, yes, please go ahead, or I have a key, or no, or okay, rather than this, you are a software developer, you need to.
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah. Don't do that.
No, absolutely
Basically,
no.
I had a guy talk to me a few days ago about this exact approach, and I'm 100% certain that it works in an app like Cursor or Claude Code, where but in an app like Riff, where there's so many system prompts, when you tell it you are a whatever, you're basically messing with the system prompts of Riff. So wondering what's going on here actually.
Can we see the toggle console, just as part of the demo
Yes,
as well?
that's a good.
So you access that at the top bar there, because I know that can, just to show one way you got that. Lovely.
Yeah.
I think it's really, really informative. You don't necessarily need to understand what each line's saying, but it can tell you there's errors and things.
Okay, we actually have LinkedIn DMs now. What I'll do, I'll just clarify that I need only for Milo for now.
Okay.
Can you please only build this app for, will use my name and my account ID.
Nice.
Okay, so right now it's just fetched all the accounts from our Unipile, and don't worry, it says unknown. We can work on that. The important part is that it's actually fetching a DM. But for now, I'm just clarifying that we only want my DMs, not everyone else's that is already connected through Unipile. We could have obviously clarified that, but we were going to build it for a company DM. Turns out you cannot log into company DMs in Unipile, so now we'll just go with my DMs. All right. There we go. That's my DMs.
Nice.
Yes, I recognize basically all of them. Cool. So basically we're done with the LinkedIn integration. We definitely need to talk to the developers about all these subtasks because it has completed task number 2, and we already have task 3, 4, and 5 complete.
Yeah.
So
I think
yeah.
I'd say, did the agent say, can you clean up the task list? Or something like
Yes.
that. Yeah, people get that
Okay.
experience.
We are done with LinkedIn. Can you mark relevant tasks as done? Cool. So that's the cool part about Riff also, is that when there's a duplicate task, or when there's a task that is not needed, or if the task is already done but not marked as done, you can simply ask the agent to do it. Yes. Okay. So it's actually already asking us to continue with task number 6. Okay, so I can see it marked. It actually deleted the task 3, 4, and 5. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's go ahead with task 6. Let's see here. Okay, and then task 10.
Nice.
Okay, so what's going to happen now is that we will be asked to integrate our Slack. And with that, it's a one-click integration in the chat as well. Once it's understood the requirements, which it has now it's getting ready to do the one-click integration. And what happens there is that you select your permissions. We have read and write. And just for the sake of the demo, I'll just connect everything. We can always edit later. And then you log in. You hit install. And that is basically it. Now the agent just needs to finish up a few subtasks. And then what I'm going to do inside of the channel that I want the DMs to be, let's actually edit this one, Milo DMs. And we will invite an app called Riff. Boom. And then I'll prepare my channel ID. So the channel ID, you find it if you click on your channel name, scroll all the way down on the About page, and then find it down here.
Nice.
We might not need it, but we'll see. Inside the configuration, we can either put it here, or we can tell the agent, please use this channel ID going forward. But yeah, we can actually do it either way. I've tried both, where you put the channel in the app. That's suitable if you want if you want multiple users to use this app. Right now, this app is going to be for my messages. So then I don't actually need to have this page. I can just tell the agent, please use the Slack ID. That way, we don't need to have all of this. Whoops.
No, I guess like you said, you at the moment you're setting it up for yourself, but if you test that and it works and it's helping you, it's something you can quite quickly turn into an app for the team, because it has authentication. The team will be able to log in and then connect their own and then set up their own channel. Therefore, they have that workflow too, and they don't have to rebuild the app themselves. You can create that environment for them to do that automation themselves, which is pretty awesome.
So what just happened there, I don't know what happened. I'll forward it to the developers. But actually something really, really cool. If you noticed, our whole page crashed, but the agent kept working. And if you are a Databun user, you might be wondering, like, how is that possible? and that's because Riff is a cloud agent, so it doesn't work in your browser. It works in the cloud. So that is why when I went away from the page and went back to the page, the agent was still working, and that's honestly, I find it super, super cool. Okay, apparently we can select here.
Nice.
Is
it a private channel?
No, I don't think so. But I'll just tell the agent, please use this channel ID.
Nice.
I'll clarify that it's a Slack channel ID. Please hard code.
Right.
There we go. Then there's absolutely no doubt what it needs to do. We could obviously use these. We could also ask the agent, please fetch more channels, because right now we have some 20 channels. And then let's see here. Okay, it changed to a selected channel and has done that. Okay, that's good. Then let's actually try it. This guy is someone same as this guy who I just talked. He might actually be on the live stream. So if you're here, good to meet you. We'll try forward your message here and see what happens. And there we go. The Slack integration is working. It has the message, it has the person, the time, and a message ID. Obviously, we don't have the name, so we will go ahead and say, my messages does not come with a name. Can you fetch it from Unipile and update our UI? And that should be enough to get the basic information going. Then actually all we need to do after this is set up the automation. We also have a tab up here for the automation here. Right now there's no automations, and that's expected because we have a task called 12, set up schedule job to run periodically. That's the automation. Cool. Okay, we can jump straight to task 12 after we have updated this. And let's see here. We have chat IDs. We have attendees. Okay, maybe I need to hit refresh. Yes, there we go. Now we have the name and we have the message. And yeah, we can try forward again. And there we go. Now we have exactly what we need. But this doesn't, okay, let's do one last thing before we actually turn on the automation, because we have time. I don't like the way it looks here. It looks kind of not good. Doesn't look like a DM. So I say to my agent, hey, can you update the Slack notification to be a bit more like a casual, like a real DM. You can include the link to the message.
That's a good
idea. In a small text after the DM where you say, open the DM here with the word here being the link. Okay, so this is just a quick addition. So I don't like the way that this looks like. We don't need the message ID. We don't need titles for like who is it from, etc. We just need
noise.
we just need the DM.
Yeah. I'm sending you I want to send you a DM, but shall wait for the automation piece.
No. Go ahead.
Okay.
There we go. I can refresh and it's here. I don't know. A dead chicken. I don't know.
I've just sent the answer.
Oh, refresh. Oh, of course, our app is updating.
Still working.
But let's see. Okay.
That's terrible. I'm so bad at jokes.
Yeah. Yes, you are. All right.
It could have been worse. I've kept it quite PC. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. It has done a lot of actions. It has changed the Slack notification. So I actually think that we can hit send. And now we should have, like how cool is this? It's just open DM. Like I'm actually going to use this tool now that I think about it. Okay, it's actually opening the profile. I can obviously change that. But what we'll do, we'll mark this as done. And let's look at the tasks. Mark the relevant tasks as done, and let's set up automations. There we go. What I could have done in this message, I could have clarified, let's set a 10-second or 1 minute timer. So every minute it checks for new DMs. This is new.
Yeah, I've not seen that before.
Just saving the screenshots for later.
Yeah. But you just press the back button then, and it takes you back.
Yeah. Just press the back button because Okay, the agent did stop, so we'll just say continue. Let's see here, automations. So once you have your automation built, it'll say something like fetch and forward messages. And then it'll say there's going to be a test button and there's going to be a thing to enable it and disable it. And there's going to be a button to delete it. So that's pretty straightforward. And then obviously you can, okay. We just, okay, the reason it did this is because it is only forwarding messages once. And the way it checks if it has done it or not is to have a copy of the message in our integrated database. So in here, we can see forwarded messages. So all of these has been forwarded. And going forward, before there's a new message sent, first of all, it checks for new messages. And then before it sends it to Slack, it says, let's check our database. Have we sent it already? And now that the automation was created and it checked the database, have we sent it before? No, we have not. So therefore, it was sent to our Slack. So now let's go to automations. Let's see, we have check and forward. Okay, we have a duplicate. Let's just start the deployment for now. Oops, yeah. And then I say also update the frequency to 1 minute. All right, so automations can only work once you have deployed your tool. But once you've deployed your tool, you can test your automations before you have deployed again. So we have a test button to test based on your current app. And if that works, then you can hit deploy, and then you know that it's going to work once deployed, which is pretty cool. So now our automation has been updated to run every minute. We removed the duplicate automation. And now, Elle, can you send me some more jokes, please?
Oh, the only ones I know are quite rude. Knock, knock.
And we do just need to deploy again because I made changes to the automation. But yeah, while we do that, okay, we'll see what happens if I refresh manually, if they get sent to Slack. And if anyone else on this live stream wants to join and send messages, feel free. I just heard the message come through, so there it is. Nice. Okay.
There I am.
Let's see. Okay, now we are live. And let's see here. Okay. We send a lot of messages, obviously. Okay, yeah. If you send a new message, then I can... Wait, do I need to open my app first? I'm actually not sure. That's what I think I need to. I need to open my app. So this is the deployed. Then it's refreshing. Let's see here what the automation says. Check and forward. Okay, I'll ask the agent. The automation does it 1, look for new DMs, and then 2, send it to Slack. Because we obviously want our... Okay, there's no DMs right now, so we'll see within a minute or so if it actually runs. Okay. So we need to clarify that we don't need the last 50 messages, potentially, unless it does it does the filtering. So that's good. Checking the database for each new message, fetch sender information report to Slack, records in database. Okay. So that's pretty, yeah, there we go. That was 100% automatic.
I'm sorry.
How cool is that? Okay. I,
By the way, I googled cringy dad jokes.
yeah, that's a good one. That is a good one. That's a good one. All right. That was a automation tool.
Mila, that is
How about that?
awesome. So good. Can I have it, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
I'll send you a copy. Anyone on the call, anyone on the live stream wants a copy, just send me a DM and I will. Nice one, Ryan. Nice. All right. How
Ryan, you
about
know,
that?
good for
How cool is that? Now
that
people
is
can message me and give feedbacks on your jokes. That's cool.
oh, amazing. Well, no, that's awesome. And I can think of a ton of use cases for this. Like even if you think about being able to connect to your DMs and update a CRM to see how you're communicating with your leads and your customers. Like there's so many workflows I can think of, especially like we have a HubSpot integration as well. Yeah. Just
Yeah.
like inspiration. So
Yeah.
no, amazing.
Awesome. And that was like okay, we obviously went but like I think this was like half an hour of active building, including the demoing where I walked through like how it works and everything. So I think that is insane value for money.
Agreed.
And like you say in the chat, like for teams that do a lot of LinkedIn outreach, for outbound, yeah, this is super cool. Because the tool obviously only fetch DMs coming in as opposed to the messages you send. So once you get a reply on your outbound, then yeah, you can answer super fast.
Yeah. And you can actually, if you look further into the API as well, you can actually send messages. So you could build this app interface with Riff that enables you to manage those messages. And even if people have different customers across Facebook, across Instagram, you can use Unipile to combine everyone and just have one inbox, for example. So yeah, lots of possibilities. But no, that's been amazing. And thank you, Milo. Just to say what's coming next. So next week we actually have Avra joining us. So Avra, I don't know if you're still in the chat, but yeah, look forward to that session. And the topic of that is to be revealed shortly. So do keep nagging us if you want to know what that is. But we'll send out the invite for that, and really hope you guys can join. And once again, Milo, thank you. That was a really good demo.
Thank you too. Awesome.
I'll catch you later. Thanks, everyone.
All right. See ya.
Bye.